Hey guys, it's Mark from ModNTech, and today we have something super exciting which I've been waiting to do for a long time. I have made a recent purchase, and that is a HDMI Sega Megadrive. It's not actually a Sega Megadrive, but let's be real, it's a Megadrive, just not a Sega Megadrive, it's a HD Megadrive. I actually purchased this about a month ago and it has just been sat there on my shelf. I have not opened it, I've not done anything until I had a chance to do a video with it. And I'm super excited because growing up, the Sega Megadrive was my favourite all-time console. So this video is going to be an unboxing video, it's going to be a testing video, and it's going to be kind of a first impressions, first look video. So let's see how this thing works. Well, in order to give ourselves an efficient unboxing setup, I have to do it next to my computer, so I apologise for any of the background noise. But yeah, let's give it a go. As you can see straight off the bat, this is a HD retro game, high definition quality computer video game console. The stunning graphics and dramatic action of a 16-bit arcade hits can be yours with a 16-bit. Okay. Doesn't really make too much sense, but I'm guessing 16-bit is the name of this machine. I'm not sure, but it says HD there in the MD style font, which is pretty cool. Straight off the bat, I do like the fact that they have tried to imitate the original Sega Mega Drive box, which does look quite cool. There you go, the back, HD retro game. I can see the most ignored sentence ever: do not blow into your game or system. If you do not clean your games, the system will not work. Even if they work on another system, still clean them. So let's do the main bit and actually unbox this bad boy. Okay, well, we've got the main console. First we'll have a look at the controllers, which are wireless controllers. I wasn't expecting that. I suppose I just didn't read that because I didn't really care about the control pads. But yeah, they are wireless. Oh, hold the phone. There's one, two. There's 3 consoles here. One of them is actually wired. This one looks a bit more legit to the ones I remember. Except for the ones I had 3 buttons originally. This has got a full 6 buttons. Okay, feeling this does actually hit me with the nostalgia. I quite like the feel of this one. You can tell it's not official, and what is that? I don't have a clue what that switch is all about. I guess we'll have to test that out. Maybe it's like a turbo button, I don't know. And there, as you can see, it's got a screw point, and to me that looks like it can be... it's for like an arcade stick to go in. Is there anything to screw in this? Oh, and here you go. This is what it is. This is some big... a silly looking thumbstick. This is, I'm guessing, screws on there. Yeah, oh my gosh, that is horrendous. Oh, what is that all about? You know what, to be fair, I'm mocking it at first glance, but it's actually not a bad little idea. That has like a little fake arcade stick style console. Yeah, it's not too shabby. I've just never ever seen anything like that where it just screws onto the control pad. That, personally, to me, is absolutely bizarre. I am in the UK, so yes, I have a UK adapter that came with it as well, so this will go straight into there. Before opening the main console, let's have a quick look at these little wireless controllers. See, it's got a little sensor there, that's kind of cool. What's the battery style? Oh, it needs a screwdriver. From what I know in the past of similar consoles to these little wireless connections are quite annoying because it has to be pointed at the console. Whether that's the case with this one, I'm not too sure, but we will see. And now for the grand reveal. This is very light, but then again, so was the official one. Is the fake Mega Drive. As you can see, it says HD Intelligent Terminal. I quite like it. And where is the HDMI? There is the HDMI. Exactly what the doctor ordered. There's the power port. There's the RGB. And here is another one of them switches. What is this? It's got a J, I'm guessing that's for Japanese consoles, and O for... I have no idea what that could be. I'll have to actually check the manual. So it's got the volume slider. I'm quite liking that. Power on, power off, reset, and this looks rather fresh. And as normal, you can fit 2 control pads in. We will crack this open later on just to have a quick glance at what is inside it. But so far, overall, I'm actually quite impressed, and it does look reasonably legit. So the manual isn't really a manual, it's got a few things to test out fault diagnosis, which obviously isn't a great sign. That implies that there's going to be faults straight off the bat. Never tear down or mend the machine by yourself. I am sorry, but I will completely ignore that because I'm going to give it a quick tear down. So before we give it a tear down, let's actually test this machine and see if it works and see what games are on it. Apparently this has built-in games and it also plays cartridges, so we shall see what games are on there. Right, so I've got it all plugged in. I'm using my other HDMI, I'm not using the one that came with it because it's just more for convenience sake, and I'm using the wired control pad at the moment just to give it a quick test. Let's see what happens when we turn it on. So I've now turned the system on and HDMI signal received. Let's open up this, and yeah, I've not got a game in there and it's just a blue screen so far. So yeah, apparently it's got games built in on the system, so let's figure out how to get onto them before we do anything else, because that is what was heavily advertised. Okay, so I've just jumped back to AliExpress to look at the product listing of where I actually purchased this, and I was completely mistaken because it doesn't actually come with any games. There are countless other listings where it does say they come with games, however the one I purchased doesn't. It turns out I was just actually a little bit misled by the listing, because the first video it actually shows the person scrolling through a handful of games, and yet without realizing the console at the bottom there does have like a EverDrive or all-in-one cart there, and yeah, that was misleading to me because I thought that's what actually comes on the console. So that's AliExpress for you though. Now this current listing isn't available anymore, however I bought this console just before Christmas for £41. Okay, so that's rather disappointing. Let's see what happens when I actually put a game in. I actually don't have any official games on me at the moment, but what I do have is I have a Sonic Code Grey, which is a ROM hack of Sonic. And yeah, this normally works on Sega Megadrive systems, so let's see how it works on this system. Granted, you've got to take this one for a pinch of salt because, like I said, it's not an official game, and this is all we've got to go with at the moment. I'll just put the game in, and I've hit the on switch, and it's popped up with Sega, signal received. Okay, so this game is popping up and working. Let's give this one a quick test using this wired control pad. So the start button doesn't work. Okay, now the button works. It was that switch on the back was like a lock mode for the controller. Okay, the arrows do not work. So far, no good. I can go down. Can't go left or right. You can see I'm pressing them there, and yeah, that's very, very disappointing. I'm not happy with that at all. Right, okay, so I've put some AAA batteries into one of the wireless control pads, and now I'm going to try all over again. Let's see how this works. Start, okay, so it instantly connects, so that's kind of cool. Right, so I can go left and right, bloody hell. So that other controller was the one that was the problem, it's not the port. Right. To be honest, playing it, this kind of redeems it a little bit because it does feel quite nice, and the picture does look pretty good. You can tell it is HD, and it does. I know it's full screen, but it is not stretched out too much. It looks alright on this telly. Now, if you're from the UK and you drink powdered energy drinks, then I highly recommend you check out Wraith Energy. Wraith Energy is super simple to use. All you do is mix it with water. Wraith Energy is also sugar free, which is a massive win in my books. The amount of sugar content which is in a regular fizzy energy drink is absolutely absurd. If this is something that interests you, don't forget to use my code ModNTech to get 10% off at your checkout. I also get a small commission of that, so you are helping support my channel as well as getting a bargain on your new energy drink. Same again, this is not a genuine Castlevania game. That game is about £100 genuine. This is a rip-off, but let's hope it works. I'm gonna have to make a confession, I've never actually played Castlevania. I feel like it is a game that I will enjoy, I just never have gotten around to playing it, and I've missed the period as a kid, so... When do I start playing Castlevania? That is the question. While I'm here, I am going to test to see what it's like with the controller facing the opposite way. And yeah, okay, the wireless on this one is reasonably good compared to most wireless controllers. There's like barely any input. In fact, I can't tell any input delay at all. I have used some before where if you're not pointing the red dot at the actual system, it doesn't work. But this one is actually quite decent, just for a little control pad. But still, it doesn't justify all the other messes so far. Alright, now just before I go ahead and open this up and have a look inside it, I just want to show you a little concern which is also quite annoying, and that is when you insert a game. The actual game cartridge part is very flimsy and it's not very accurate in the middle. It's not tight fit, so you have to kind of wiggle it around a little bit to find the right spot, and when you found it you have to push, but you have to push gently, because that to me doesn't feel right already. So no, that's not right, and that could probably damage the system. There you go, now it's in, so you have to push it down and then it clicks in. So for changing the cartridge quite frequently, this is something you'll have to be very, very careful with on this machine. You probably won't have much of a problem with this, but if you are going through your old retro collection and you want to change games all the time, it is not very ideal, and even taking the game out is rather stiff. Well, let's get into the opening up. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. I'm not sure if there is a screw there. It feels like there's a little dent. I don't want to take the sticker off just yet, just in case. Let's take this off, whatever that is. This is just a random side panel so you can look inside the machine. I don't know what that use is for. I have no idea. But yeah, you can. That's very random. I'm going to take that off and I'm going to get unscrewing. Right, so I want to be careful with this because I don't want anything to come undone which shouldn't be undone. Let's have a quick peek. And there it is. Look at all that hardware. It's so funny to see that this is what it takes to run a game console like this. It's like now you just have water cooling and everything. That this is what it takes. Obviously, this is completely different than an official Sega Megadrive board. Sega Megadrive board is actually a board, whereas this is a few separate components all glued and soldered together. Yeah, I wasn't expecting much of this. I could tell by the weight that it was going to be a load of just a load of bits shoved together. But yeah, I'm going to put it back together because there's really not much to look inside. I will show it to the camera, and yeah, you can see for yourself there's bugger all there. It's all a few separate compartments all thrown together. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. As a small creator, it really does help, and I would love to do more videos like this. If you have any consoles you would recommend for me to try out and review, please let me know in the comments below. Well, yeah, this HD fake Sega Megadrive pretty much does exactly what it says on the tin. So I was completely misled on the listing on how many games actually come with this system, but that is down to user error. It is a bit of false advertisement, but it is also down to user error, and I can't really complain because, to be fair, I was shopping on AliExpress. What do you really expect? As we've already gone over, the build quality of this does feel quite cheap, and the internals are, well, what you'd really expect from something from AliExpress, but the console itself is quite aesthetically pleasing, especially to hit the nostalgia of the original Sega Megadrive. It does look good. I can't go wrong on that. It does look good. I am very, very disappointed that the big wired control pad doesn't work, because that was the one that hit me the most. I was like, yes, this controller brings back memories from my childhood, but it doesn't actually work. I was very intrigued by the additional analog sticks. I think that was a very weird but cool kind of function. I was looking forward to trying it. Now, if you did want to play some of your old Sega Mega Drive games without getting original hardware, because sometimes it is hard to come by, you can get them in my area off of Facebook Marketplace and eBay. They're fairly easy to get, but some areas I know are difficult, especially with the second-hand market. So to play your old retro Sega Mega Drive games on your TV in HD, yes, it does work. The wireless control pads did exceed my expectations. However, it doesn't really make up for the fact that the other control pad failed my expectations. So now you have seen this console yourself, and if you are thinking of purchasing one, I don't know if this has changed your mind or if this has encouraged you, just let me know in the comments below. Like I said, it is what it is. It's a HD Sega Megadrive clone. It looks like a Sega Megadrive and it plays games in HD. So yeah, that is exactly what it is. Build quality, not the best, but it works. Well, if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. It's Mark from ModNTech. Thanks for watching.